Welcome back, everybody. Moneyline Madness. We got a busy day. Thursday night football. We got baseball to talk about. How we doing, Matt?
Feeling good. Coming off of a nice Yankees dub last night. I can't complain too much. Aaron Judge continuing his conquest as the American League MVP. Some good football going on tonight. I mean, Chiefs Chargers, how can you complain about a Thursday night football game like that? So I'm pumped up, and I got some picks for us that I'm ready to talk about. What about you?
Well, I'm ready to talk baseball, but I'm a little hesitant for sure. You're happy about a Yankees dub. I am about as frustrated as I've been all year. We've been doing this the entire baseball season, and I have never been lower on the Mets than I am right now. And
oh no,
I'm sure everybody probably agrees with me. I mean, it's tough not to.
I mean, that's September Mets, baby. That's September Mets. They're back. They are very much back.
It's something that I did not expect for sure. I did not expect the Cubs to be the first team to sweep the Mets in a 3-game series. The only other team to sweep the Mets this year is the Astros. They did it twice in 2-2-game series. Frustrating for sure, and that's pretty much what the main baseball talk is, how frustrating it's been right now. And I don't know, I assume you haven't been watching the game because the Yankees have been playing so well, but
yeah,
it's
I haven't been tapped
watch.
into the Mets. Besides, I mean, I think I watched a little bit. I watched 3 innings of DeGrom start, and even then, he didn't look as sharp as he normally does. The offense is just not there at all.
Putrid is the word, I believe that would be
really bad. The offense is really bad, and it's all looking bad right now for the Mets. Yeah. So
our guy Danny Burgers is looking
horrendous.
Him and Darren Ruff actually got a hit last night. Pretty impressive, but
Double R, what it do, baby?
They grounded into 3 double plays in, I think, consecutive innings. So that kind of said that. And the Phillies, man.
Yeah. The Phillies are rolling.
Bit of a better season against the Mets. They'd probably be in it right now in the NL East because Braves haven't done much better. So
but the Phillies, they've been having a nice series against the Marlins. I mean, you're up already on them, and then you go today with Noah Syndergaard on the mound. I mean, the Phillies put themselves in a better spot this series than the Mets have.
Yeah.
It's
sure,
really
man.
Tough. Kyle, what it do, baby? Mets are so trash. Alonso and Lindor can't do it all themselves. Where's Nimmo? Where's McNeil? Can someone get these dudes some help? Yeah. But that's been the name of the game all season, no? When they were doing really good, Alonso and Lindor were on absolute fire. And then Marte was doing his thing. McNeil was okay, solid.
McNeil's been great. I'll give McNeil this. He's in the race for a batting title. The unfortunate part is he's batting at the bottom of the order when nobody can get on base, so he's not driving in runs or doing anything. He's hitting singles, and then everybody's grounding into double plays. And for Nimmo's been batting leadoff all year. That probably has to change. And another thing, you brought up Marte. That guy needs to come back. I mean, this lineup is bad without Starling Marte in it. So
Starling. Double R says the Marlins have historically killed the Phillies. Yeah, so it's good to see the Phils up on a series against them. It's a due time. It's definitely about time. But, I mean, I can't complain about what the Yankees have been doing. They've been coming back. They're back to life, 8-2 in their last 10 games. So, anybody that tried packing us out early, kind of eating their words now, especially when the MVP is just doing his thing. I mean, there's just no words. Why are you throwing the guy fastballs
I don't know
anymore?
Why he's been seeing pitches the rest of the season.
Just walk him. Literally just walk him. It's he's getting the Bonds treatment out here.
He should be. He should be getting intentionally walked every at bat. I mean, it's
the best season that I have seen in my life because I was that young for Bonds. So it's incredible what Aaron Judge is doing, and I'm loving every single second of it. Even though you see these little headlines coming out, oh, he's saying don't count out the Red Sox and stuff like that. Oh no, it's come on. Yeah. It's all for show, people.
I can't wait for his free agency. Might actually be the movie of the year, man. It's going to be fascinating to see which teams get involved. I don't expect him to re-sign with the Yankees right away. I think he'll take it a little bit. We'll probably talk more about this in the offseason, but man, it's going to be fascinating to see what happens with him. I don't think a player has ever hit free agency after a season like that. A player hasn't had a season like this, let alone hit free agency the next year.
Yeah.
And imagine if he was 26, he might get $1 billion if he was 26.
Seriously. Thoughts on Judge calling Bonds the home run king? Mad Dog hates it. I mean, people like Mad Dog
It
hates
is.
it.
He
Why? Because he's a boomer, right? Like
Yeah.
he doesn't like the whole story, the narrative of the steroid era. But look, it's history. It's in the
It is.
record books. It needs to be acknowledged. And if the players are acknowledging it, look, Mad Dog can't go out there and perform on a level that Judge or Bonds can. So like some of these guys, I take it with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got a guy in the chat, Clap Nuts. How we doing, Clap? Or Nuts, whichever you prefer to go by.
Whichever one you go by, Mr. Nuts.
Yeah. All right, trade Cordarrelle Patterson for Zeke. I feel like Zeke could pop with no Dak. There's
Hell
a
no.
lot of shade.
I traded Zeke this week, man. I traded
wouldn't
Zeke
either.
already.
I wouldn't either. I would trade Zeke because honestly, with no Dak, they're going to be just stacking the box against him. There really isn't much to do. Cooper Rush is not a threat in the passing game to where
Dude.
he's opening up the field for Zeke. So I'm staying away from Zeke. I love Cordarrelle Patterson, and truthfully, if you got Cordarrelle Patterson, you probably got him in a later round. So right now, his average draft position was really, really low heading into the season, and he's still that guy. So I would stick with Cordarrelle right now and ride it out, because him with Mariota, he's going to be seeing a lot of dump offs, a lot of screens, and he's still, he's got a lot of talent. He's just always needed that opportunity to kind of, step up. We got Wesley. Do I trade Miles Sanders for A.J. Dillon or even for Zeke? I don't.
Yeah, I think
for
so.
A.J. Dillon?
Yeah, definitely for A.J. Dillon. A.J. Dillon's going to score a touchdown pretty much every game if the Packers are going to score. And Miles Sanders just scored his first touchdown since 2019, so I'm not really high on him. I get the Zeke love in theory, because now that Dak's gone, everybody's going to be like, well, now Zeke's going to turn up. I think it's going to work the opposite. I think we're going to see Tony Pollard really turn up in this turn up now. I really don't see the Zeke love either. I traded him away already. I personally don't see it. And I think A.J. Dillon's the guy out of those three. I mean, A.J. Dillon's going to get the ball at the 1 yard line. Every time the Packers are at the 1 yard line, he's going to run it right in. And he was their main back the other day. So
yeah, if you're going for touchdowns, I would say A.J. Dillon. But Miles Sanders allows that PPR threat to where he's catching the ball a couple times a game. So that's the only thing that I think, if you're looking for consistent, I think Miles Sanders can catch you 3 balls a game, out of the backfield.
You're right.
And then if he gets 30 yards off of that, that's 6 points right there, and we're not even tapping into his run game at all.
True.
So that's my appeal on Miles Sanders. I do think that I think that, let's see, what do we got here? Who wins this? I don't know what you mean by that.
Does that mean like who wins the trade? Because it would be Cordarrelle Patterson, whoever.
Yeah, it would be whoever who has Cordarrelle Patterson. I think you should keep him. But Miles Sanders, I think with Jalen Hurts, he kind of gives up on a lot of plays very early, which leads to checkdowns, and that's where Miles Sanders is kind of seeing some of his yardage. I don't think Miles Sanders is awful, so I would kind of keep him over Zeke, but A.J. Dillon is a guy that I definitely would pounce on if given the opportunity, just because when you have a quarterback like Rodgers, your volume is going to increase no matter what, no matter who you are.
Especially when the team's receivers can't catch the ball, you're definitely going to get it.
Exactly. Double R's got a great point. With that O-line, I'm selling on Dallas. Yeah, they're beat up, and I'm not expecting an old Jason Peters to come in and save the day. That's not how the NFL is going to work, and everybody's looking at the Cowboys like food right now. Like everybody.
Pretty much. I remember when I think we have a clip of it. I yelled at you because I was like, the Cowboys are definitely winning that division. We always say this. Yeah, I don't believe that anymore. I think their season's probably over. So.
All right. So Mr. Nuts says full PPR. Who wins this? I receive Ramondre Stevenson and Mike Williams. I give up DK and Patterson.
I think it's actually even.
That's
a
pretty fair.
That's pretty
fair trade. Now, I don't think DK is going to do much.
Well, that's the thing. I think you get the better receiver because I don't think DK's volume is going to be that good. I mean, you saw Geno. He had 175 at halftime. He finished with 190, so I don't think he's going to be doing much. But I also think you'd probably lose the better running back. So I think everybody's a lot of Ramondre Stevenson love.
I like him too. I was just about to look at what he did week 1. I know he put up a stinker, but I think. I don't know.
Like
the Ramondre Stevenson hype is weird
stuff?
because he's a great athlete and he's a great prospect.
Yeah.
But Bill Belichick kind of has this obsession with Damian Harris and like
Bill
thinks
Belichick
that he
does
can be
not.
something that he just hasn't proven to be at
Yeah.
all. And so that's where I'm kind of skeptical because Ramondre Stevenson is good. And I think he's like a great running back. But when Damian Harris is getting goal line work as the smaller running back, and then he's also catching those backfield passes, like it just doesn't make sense to me in that aspect, fantasy.
Yeah, Bill Belichick's not a fantasy type coach. You know, you have some coaches who are like that. Sean McVay has his guys he likes when they get stats up, but man, I don't think Bill Belichick does that. And you can go to the other comment, the Derrick Henry comment. I give it a few weeks. I think it's
I think so. For Mr. Nuts, I think you should keep DK and Patterson right now and let that cook because Ramondre Stevenson. I want to see how the dust settles in that backfield, and then Mike Williams. Double R says it right here. I see Mike Williams having a down year, especially since Keenan Allen's hurt. I think Keenan will be back, but I think a lot of people are more kind of aware that Mike Williams is the threat that we're seeing. And Nuts, don't feel bad, man. We're here to talk. We're here to talk.
We like
any
the
trade
questions, man.
Let us know. Let's see. We got Nick Thomas here, Patterson or Michael Carter or Jeff Wilson Jr. in PPR. Bro, I'm going Cordarrelle Patterson.
Yeah, I am too. I think Patterson can line up as a receiver.
Any league that I have Patterson in, he's starting in a flex for me. I like him and Darrell Henderson are two guys that I feel everyone has fallen off on that I'm still big on. There's just no reason that we shouldn't be high on these guys. They're skilled. They're obviously getting love from the coach enough to be primary backfield targets. You know, over Cam Akers, over who is it? They have Damian Williams in the backfield in Atlanta as well, on top of another rookie. And they're still giving Cordarrelle Patterson all this love. So I'm going Patterson in that case for sure.
I think his name's Tyler Algier or something like that. Yeah.
Yes, Algier. Yes.
Yeah. The Derrick Henry one, I get it. He had a really rough game, and we talked about how Georgia boy Tay Crowder knocked him on his ass. I give it Derrick. Derrick Henry's going to be all right. He'll be fine. I actually think if they bring in Malik Willis at some point because they're struggling, I think that benefits Derrick Henry so much that I'd hold on to him. I think it's going to be a weird year in Tennessee where you're going to see Derrick Henry be leaned on probably a lot more than he was last year because Tannehill had a decent year last year. I don't see that coming. I mean, they just lost to him.
I don't know. Honestly, I would field offers for Derrick Henry. I don't know if I'd necessarily trade him yet, but I'd field offers, see what I could get for him, see what the market is looking like. Just because I agree, they got a tough schedule. He is the focal point of that offense, obviously. Robert Woods was supposed to come in and be the X-Factor player to Ryan Tannehill. Came out first game and caught one pass for 13 yards. Yeah. Not going to get it done. So, I mean, we'll see about that. But I think Derrick Henry is, like you said, they're going to stack the box against him more often than not. So if you could field offers, see what you're going to get. But I wouldn't settle for sure because he is still Derrick Henry, and like we can't, no selling low on a guy like that.
I'm not selling on him just yet. If week 5 we're still having this conversation, then do it because week 5 you could be putting yourself out of it in fantasy. So,
Nick Thomas, Trey Lance, or Aaron Rodgers PPR. I also have Debo and Wilson Jr. Well, okay, so I see where you're coming from on the stack of Lance, Debo, Wilson.
I don't think it's worth it, though.
I don't think it's worth it because Aaron Rodgers could give you 35 any given week.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers could come out pissed and just give you 35.
Just wait. I think Sunday is going to be... Sunday, a few years ago, they had a game. Probably almost 10 years ago now. I was really young. They had a game. They played so badly the week before. They wind up beating the Bears 45-0 at home. It was actually, I think, 35-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
You could see that type of game this week. The Packers are pissed about what happened the other day.
They're pissed. Let's not forget what Aaron Rodgers said to those Packers fans last season. I own you. That was the big I own you. He always comes out slinging rock against the Bears. So, I'm especially at home, like in Lambeau, Aaron Rodgers, I think he's going to come out and give you 30 PPR points.
I think it's going to be a really good game.
I think Debo and Jeff Wilson could also have good games, but Trey Lance isn't giving you that kind of X factor that, Aaron Rodgers brings to the table. And Mr. Nuts says, I'm honestly trying to package DK and Patterson in a trade, but I'm not sure what I could get back for it. They're kind of contradicting players in my mind.
Yeah. I think you're diluting.
Patterson's on the rise, and I feel like DK's stock is kind of not there anymore.
Yeah, people can kind of sense it with DK. Gino had a great first half, and then he had I think it was 30 yards in the second half.
Yeah,
people kind of sense that DK is gonna have a rough year, but don't dilute Patterson's value or sell on Patterson just to try to get rid of DK. I wouldn't package him because I feel like just flip DK for whatever eventually and hold on to Patterson. I think Patterson's a guy who could lead you 15, 20 points a game, and that's really good at a flex spot or even a running back 2 spot. So I would not sell him. And especially don't dilute his value if you're going to trade him by putting DK in there, because there's no reason to sell I
don't think DK is going to be awful this year. I just don't think he's going to have those, big games.
No, I think
with Russ, those
at best
touchdown games. But we did see him still catch 7 passes. So he is still obviously a crutch for Geno Smith, a massive target in that. So, I mean, he's going to get
I keep forgetting the Broncos lost that game.
Yeah.
It feels like they won it just because, like, Geno didn't have a good game. Like, but they lost. Like, it doesn't feel like it. Crazy. Yeah. That game was crazy.
Deontay Johnson or Michael Carter at flex, PPR.
Let me look. I'm gonna go on my.
Michael Carter actually had a pretty good game.
He did.
I have a league with Michael Carter and Breece Hall, so I'm kind of like not sure where I want to go in terms of those running backs. If I want to start Breece or start Michael Carter, I do still think Breece Hall is the better running back, but Rob Saleh seems to have some type of infatuation with Michael Carter.
That's true. He
had
17 points the other day.
He did.
He's tough to lose on that, man.
It is. It is tough. And Deontay Johnson also gets his. I'm looking at the Steelers today. Now, they're playing the Patriots at home. So I mean, at Heinz Field, I'm probably.
Hey! It's not Heinz Field anymore. I don't know what the hell it's called, but it ain't Heinz Field.
They took away the ketchup bottle.
I have no idea what it's called, and I'm never gonna say it. But
but I'm probably leaning Deontay Johnson in that case.
Yeah. I think because of that, I'm leaning Deontay.
Jets are a little more. Jets are playing a defense that's a little more stacked in that front four, right? Like the Browns' defense is actually nothing to mess around with, and they kind of showed that because Baker Mayfield thought he was going to come out and thought shit was sweet.
I thought he was too,
until Myles Garrett had his teammates blocking each other. Like that was unreal. Did you?
That actually hurt me. I felt bad. Yeah. Did you know the stat that that was the first time 2 number 1 picks by the same team faced each other in like 30 years? I never knew that was a stat. That was they were drafted number 1 by the same team. So hey.
Andy, enough. Let it go. What are you letting go of?
So the other night after the Broncos game, I decided to troll a little bit because I was feeling good because I had won my fantasy game. I went hashtag Broncos Country. We riding, and they did not.
They didn't.
I got some hate.
End up riding. Yeah. It happens. It happens. We'll catch the strays with the promotion as well.
When the Packers start playing well, you guys will hate it. You guys will really hate me.
Browns have a really solid run defense. Yeah, that's the only thing kind of straying me away. I don't think Mike or Breece necessarily have a great week this week.
I don't think the Jets have a good week at all.
Like I can see the Jets coming out putting up 10 points. It's just that's the way it is.
I could see them putting up nothing.
At the helm. With Zach Wilson at the helm, this team looked a little bit better. But when you're going out fielding the corpse of Joe Flacco, it's just man. It's rough for me. So, all right, this is a good one because I have Cam Akers. I have Cam Akers in a league as well. And as a Cam Akers owner, I'm disappointed. I agree that there's no way he doesn't get involved more. And it's just I don't know.
He has to. Ooh, I think that was me. He has to, right? I mean, they can't. I love Henderson. Cam Akers can bring a different. I mean, if you saw him at Florida State, he can bring a different.
He's explosive. He's incredibly explosive. His first step is just different, and I think that's why I'm like wondering where his role is in this offense because Matt Stafford should be looking to him way more than he is to Darrell Henderson and.
Yeah.
DK for Cam Akers.
The DK thing, I'm completely out on DK. Like, I thought they should have traded him this year. I don't think.
I mean, he wanted the big bag.
He got it, but like, why would you? I never thought they should pay him because when does that team realistically have a quarterback good enough to throw him the football? Not for a while.
Let's see what DK. So the thing about DK versus Cam Akers is that DK is the primary touchdown target on his team. Yeah. That's what's really appealing to me right now.
And the Rams are a pass-heavy team as well.
Yeah.
With Cooper Kupp. So.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to say just keep DK. Stick it out with DK right now. He had a solid game 1 for being with Geno Smith, and I think we saw Geno isn't as bad as everybody kind of wrote him off to be. So instead of kind of, what you have, in a sense, somewhat with DK. You acquire Cam Akers, all of a sudden you yourself are wondering about that backfield situation.
Yeah,
so
I
would
think
just stay away from it right now.
Yeah, I think this week you'll have a clearer answer on that because I think you'll see if Cam Akers gets involved more, and that'll really tell you. Because if he's not getting involved, something with his health is wrong because they had 10 days off. So
yeah, Devontae Smith or Robbie Anderson.
If
I'm going Robbie Anderson.
Yeah, if somebody offered me this trade right now, I'm taking Robbie Anderson. I have Devontae Smith, and I wish somebody would offer me Robbie Anderson for him.
Yeah. I mean, we saw now with A.J. Brown, not only is Devontae Smith's targets going in the toilet.
He's an afterthought right now.
Yeah, it's Jalen Hurts either scrambling out of the pocket, taking the play over himself.
Yeah.
Or he's throwing the ball to A.J. Brown.
Or Dallas Goedert. Even Goddard got some decent targets. Devontae Smith is the guy they're leaving out, and I really feel for him because he's very talented, but he's an afterthought in the mind of Jalen Hurts right now.
No doubt, my man. Drop a sub if you appreciate all the love. We appreciate you for coming in, tuning in, and dropping some comments. We're always here if you need any more fantasy help. You just picked up Robbie.
How the hell did you get him on waivers?
I did see him on waivers in another league. I did, dude. Robbie Anderson, because he kind of got that same treatment that Devontae is getting this year, last year. So I don't know. I like Robbie Anderson a lot. When he was with the Jets, I mean, he was still a flex type of guy. So, I mean, he needs his respect in terms of wide receiver status.
He's a number 2 on that team, but like Baker has never used his number 1 before. We saw it in Cleveland. He would never use Odell. So Jarvis Landry would get everything. That's kind of who Robbie Anderson is. He's that Jarvis Landry for them. So
yeah, Smith let me down big time last weekend. Yeah, I mean, Devontae Smith is like, it's tough because for a guy like Devontae Smith, it's not like he's a big body receiver who could come out and assert himself in the game.
No, he has to use his speed.
You know, he has to use his speed. He has to use that athleticism, and that's not exactly where you go at. Like, that's not something you notice on the field. You know, A.J. Brown, massive target, huge guy against no matter what defender is going up against him. You're going to see him on the field no matter what. You always know where A.J. Brown is. Devontae Smith, I feel like a guy that's smaller frame. You can almost lose track of like where he is on the field, especially if Jalen Hurts, somebody who's constantly scrambling in the pocket. I don't know. I'm very skeptical on Devontae Smith for the rest of the season. That's for sure.
I got nothing when he put up a big donut hole, and I still wound up winning. I am in shock because of that. If he does that again, he might be on the waiver wire. So.
Yeah, Palmer tonight or Lazard Sunday. I'm going Allen Lazard.
That's the thing. I love Lazard. I don't think I think if he plays, it'll be at a limited basis anyway.
What was his injury?
It's his ankle, and he practiced limited practice yesterday. The Packers are very.
He was good to go. Oh man,
it's still questionable. I can't risk that, and with the timing issue, I'd probably go Palmer just because at least you know he's gonna be on the field.
Yeah, let's see. PPR 10-man league QB. A-Rod. 10-man league. A-Rod for the quarterback. Running backs are Lenny and Patterson. Wide receivers, Jettis, Debo. Deontay Johnson is that good. Yeah, I like it a lot.
Pretty damn good. Anything
I'd say like if I'm being picky, the most skeptical person I am like of that list is Lenny, right?
Yeah, probably.
That's
Leonard
probably
Fournette.
Leonard Fournette, and even then he had a great game. You know, like he's solid. It's just really can their offense stay healthy? Can their offensive line kind of hold up for him?
Justin Jefferson's gonna give me nightmares, so I love everything about him. I wish.
Yeah, I mean, if you have Justin Jefferson, and I mean Debo too. Debo's getting his regardless. I was able to trade low for Debo in one of my leagues, and I think I gave up just something. Oh, man, let me find this trade package, but
yeah,
I remember an absolute steal for Debo.
This week, the most interested I am for a game other than the Packer game, obviously, is the 49ers Seahawks game. Because I want to see, can Geno Smith have anywhere near a good half as he had in the first half? And can Trey Lance throw the football? Because, we couldn't see that the other day because he was playing in the rain, so they didn't throw it much. And when he did throw it, it wasn't good, but it was rain. I'm going to be very interested in that one, man.
No T. Higgins this week. Am I crazy for thinking about throwing Tyler Boyd in at the flex?
No, you are not. I like that.
Tyler Boyd's a stud. And, realistically, the Bengals have 2 wide receiver 1s on that team and a high-end wide receiver 2 in Tyler Boyd. So I like Boyd regardless, especially no T. Higgins this week. Like, you could plop T. Higgins on any team in the NFL, and he's their number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah, I agree. And the crazy thing is Joe Burrow, although he had a very poor game the other day. He spreads the ball around really well, so he's very good at getting everybody involved. And now Boyd will be a part of that. I like that. And the next double R, man, I couldn't agree with you more. I did that exact thing.
Buying their running backs.
I did that exact thing. I picked up A.J. Dillon, and I did not even consider a receiver for the Packers this year. I didn't even consider it.
Yeah, until Odell signs with them, it's going to be
hopefully,
really,
man.
Really
you don't understand. The way you were with Donovan Mitchell, I'm like a quarter of that, but it's still, I really want him.
Yeah, that you didn't have to bring that up. You didn't have to go there. You did not have to go there. We got the most sports account in the chat. What it do, baby? I'll take Boyd in the flex, even if Higgins is playing. Yeah, Boyd is always a threat, and he always likes to make himself known. He's a big body receiver. That's the thing. Like, all three of them have the tools to be an elite receiver. It's just like they're just nasty. Like, I don't know. There's not much to say. Yeah, there's not much to say for the Bengals wide receiver core. Like, those are three high-end wide receivers. No matter where you put them, they're always gonna, thrive. Big Romeo Dubes week coming up.
I hope. I liked the flashes that we saw from him the other day. I think he's a nice player. The unfortunate part is everybody's going to be hoping he has a breakout game every week because he's really their name right now.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Romeo Dubes kind of like the biggest known sleeper like in the league right now.
He's the worst kept secret in football. Everybody knows about him. Everybody talks about him. We're just waiting on him, and I think he'll be there. When he got drafted, I said, hey, I know this guy from somewhere because I had seen highlights of him from, I think it was Nevada. Great player. So we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Actually, I think it was Utah State, but whatever. Same color.
No, I mean, you can't complain when a guy like that is coming out as a first-year player, kind of proving to be A-Rod's crutch. I mean, you'll take it out of anybody, especially when Devontae Adams is proving to be I don't know. Because it's only 1 week, right? So we don't want to overreact and say that the Devontae Adams thing was like the end of the world. But at the same time, you can't have your receivers coming out looking piss poor the way that they did. So it's tough. It's a tough situation to work around, especially when you have an aging Aaron Rodgers. It's tough because you need a fix and you need it now.
Yeah. I said it the other day. Nothing was harder than red zone cutting from a Packers a 3-and-out to a Devontae Adams beautiful catch and run. It really hurt my heart.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, it was a tough week.
That's really tough. All right, well, tonight's game, we got the Chargers and Chiefs. Obviously, this has potential to be game of the year already. Like, it could be that good of a game tonight.
I'm excited for the broadcasting, too.
Yeah,
that's rare. It's the first Amazon Al Michaels Kirk Herbstreit vehicle. It's going to be great. Pat McAfee's also involved. It's gonna be really cool. Can't wait to hear
so
that.
you're knees deep in there.
I'm locked in.
If Pat's there, you're locked in for sure. All right. Well, who do you have? Because you were talking shiesty a little bit before we came on, and I don't know. I don't know what to think of that. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna start with the game itself. I've got the spread, Chiefs -4. I like what the Chiefs are doing. I like the completely spread around offense. They've got Mecole. They've got Isaiah Pacheco was playing the other day. He was playing great. Juju, MVS. They've got really good receivers. No clear number one, but I don't think Pat Mahomes needs a number one that much. I think he was spreading the ball perfectly. So I've got the Chiefs winning the game by at least 4. I think it could be like a touchdown. They just looked so dominant the other day. So, I mean, it's tough not to say that they're not going to come out and play really well. So,
all right, he's back.
Oh, he's back.
I did the same Akers trade, but use Amari Cooper instead of DK. Okay, so Amari Cooper. Let's see. I didn't look at what Amari Cooper did this past week. Let's see what he had 10 points, 6 targets, 3 catches for 17 yards. Now, the big problem here is, like, what's Jacoby Brissett's ceiling? What is his ceiling with Jacoby Brissett? And there you go. Brissett makes me want to throw up when I watch him play. Yeah,
I don't think
It's tough.
It's tough, man. It really is because quarterback. I mean, that whole Deshaun Watson thing completely fucked over Amari Cooper, obviously. But I don't know.
The thing that I'm looking at is, like, if your team is good enough, right? If your team is good enough to where you could keep Amari Cooper until Deshaun Watson gets back and survive, he's going to be
in the playoffs. Yeah, in the playoffs, will be
he's going to be
massive.
Fantastic, like, for you. Like, Amari Cooper is going to be getting dimed up constantly. Like Deshaun Watson is going to be looking to him a lot. So I don't know. There's nothing. So there's nothing on Cam. The thing that I'm looking at too is like there's nothing on Cam Akers that's making me like say, you know what, I need to go out and trade for this guy. Sean McVay isn't kind of showing that confidence in him. He doesn't even have that confidence.
No, that's the tough thing. This week, I think we're gonna find out what his confidence level is in him, health-wise. Because well, he had a knee and he tore his ACL. Was it ACL?
Yeah.
So that's a thing that could take. Yeah, that could take you out for a while. So
especially in terms of explosiveness, a guy like that. I would wait. Truthfully, I would wait.
I can't make a
trade for Akers. I mean, it's so tough, right? Because it's like, do I buy low on him right now? But then again, Amari Cooper.
That's not buying low, in my opinion, because I think in the playoffs he could be. If you make the playoffs, he could be your number 2. I mean, so we saw it last year. He was my number 2 when I won. With Dak and with Deshaun Watson, I think he'd be just as good, even better. So, that's such a. I get it. You want to. I get it. If you lost, I won, and I still wanted to make my team better. I made a trade right away, even after I won. But like, you gotta wait a couple weeks. It's tough. Imagine being a GM in the NFL right now, man. If you had a bad week, you wanna fix your team right away, but you gotta be patient with it.
Yeah, and let's not forget the Panthers' defense is pretty solid. So I mean, like Jeremy Chin probably did a decent job covering Amari Cooper this past week.
Yeah.
Going up against the Jets, I'm expecting a touchdown out of Cooper. Truthfully, I think this is the game where
I would hope he has
a touchdown with 6 catches. Yeah. So I would stick with Cooper for this week. Cooper and DK doesn't sound like an awful combination to me. So
the names are good, but man, who's throwing them the football? That's always something.
That's the problem.
That is we know those are 2 of the top 15.
JC Horn, wow.
Man, JC Horn had a good week. He had a dumb penalty that I saw, but he had a really good week this week.
Double R says Juju needs to hold onto the ball. He fumbles off.
I'm right, he does.
Juju should be having a great season this year. I mean, I picked him up very, very late.
He had a good for week 1, right?
Yeah, he put up a solid, I think like 14 points. You know, nothing too crazy, but just enough to get the job done.
Yeah, 11.9. That's not 12 points, so
yeah,
that's solid. Look,
I'll take that from
they've got
every week.
3 guys on their team that could put up 12 points a week.
Yeah.
I mean, am I wrong? So that's why I have Mecole getting over 3.5 receptions tonight, because I think that's the type of guy he is. So
yeah, like you said, they have a bunch of guys that could get the ball, and that's where the problem is going to come in for the Chargers tonight, because you don't have J.C. Jackson, not yet at least. You have Asante Samuel Jr., but how many guys?
Asante made me laugh the other day. He started a fight with Devontae right after the whistle blew. He was ready. He got toasted by Devontae. They all got toasted by Devontae, but man, they were fighting with him, and I was like, I don't know, Devontae's not the type of guy to just lay it off and let it happen. He was not. Oh, geez.
Kyle Pitts' expectations had a dud week, but I'm not really worried. I'm not really worried either, just because I feel like a guy like Kyle Pitts is going to be the safety blanket for Mariota.
I think so. That's how tight ends work with quarterbacks like that. I've said it throughout. I don't think Mariota makes through the year. I don't think they start him when they're losing, because they're going to be losing. They're not a good team. I mean, they should have won week 1 until Michael Thomas woke up in the 4th quarter and went crazy. But that team is not good. And I think when the rookie gets in,
a lot.
I like him too.
But I think if he's getting involved, it's going to be really nice for them.
I think if the rookie comes in, Desmond Ridder, that helps Kyle Pitts a lot, because rookies love tight ends. So
I mean, there's just no reason Kyle Pitts shouldn't be a focal point of this offense. Like he's a wide receiver at the tight end position, who, like, you look at the film, and he's going out there and he's blocking, and he's going out there and he's just setting screens. Like it doesn't make sense. So I don't think I'm necessarily worried about Kyle Pitts, but if he continues, I'm going to give him until week 3-4.
Yeah.
Before I start.
We'll see how Mariota can use him.
Yeah. I agree. Mariota's got to figure out this defense before anything or figure out this offense before anything else can advance, before I'm selling on anybody like that.
Yeah.
But props for tonight. So the main reason, obviously, that we're here, where are we making money in this Chiefs-Chargers game? You tell me.
I've said the spread. I think we both had Mike Williams, right?
Yeah, I got Mike Williams.
I agree with you
on
that
in
one
tonight, plus 160. I mean, who
That feels.
defensively is stopping him on the
You
Chiefs
know what
right
though?
now?
That feels like one they're trapping us on, right? I think that's a trap. I think we could get it, and I think he does score a touchdown. But doesn't it seem a little too obvious to be correct? It feels so obvious that like, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen's not playing. Mike Williams is the number one. You know he's gonna score.
I mean, I guess, but then again, what about Austin Eckler? Like, his odds are
True.
absolutely atrocious. You know, like just
we're
because
not
they
taking
think he's
them,
just
so.
gonna put one in. No problem with having Patterson and Pitts in my lineups. Nah, I don't think so.
No, I don't
Because
think that
Patterson
matters.
gets his. It's not like if Patterson's game is on, Pitts is going to be coming down. Patterson's that type of guy that he could still have a good game, and Kyle Pitts could find the end zone just as easily.
Yeah.
Like, Patterson gets his game off in ways that, like, you wouldn't even notice. Like, it's that type of thing where all of a sudden you're like, oh, shit, Cordell Patterson has 3 catches for 50 yards and he's ran for 80. Like, I didn't even, he's been doing that so sneakily. Like, it's just, we're kind of used to it. He does so much for them that you're not, like, it's surprising to see how much he actually does when you look at the stat sheet. Also, starting Palmer in my flex in my other league. A Palmer tutty is intriguing as well. I mean, they all look good, right? On Fanduel, when they're all sitting there in front of you. You got the nice little list right there.
I got Barstool. I've been using Barstool.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
I've been looking on Barstool.
I like book, but yeah, Mike Williams. What were the odds on Barstool? I know Mike Williams comes in at plus 160 today.
Whoa. You got him at plus 160?
Yeah.
To score a touchdown.
To score a touchdown anytime.
Use Barstool.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean use FanDuel. I'm sorry. It's plus 107 on Barstool.
I mean, come on. Yeah.
That's
get your
quite
money
a
over
change.
Here. Yeah, Austin Eckler on FanDuel minus 135. They know Austin Eckler's putting one in.
I want to look on Barstool because I think it was a little bit lower on here. Might have been. What'd you say it was?
What, for Austin Eckler?
Yeah.
Minus 135.
Okay, it's minus 130.
Another one intriguing, Gerald Everett. I had a feeling he was going to come in and have a good season.
But what are we looking at for him? Touchdowns or receptions? Because I was looking at his receptions.
No, his reception's probably sitting quite low. But I was saying as a kind of long shot touchdown, he's at plus 240 right now. In terms of receiving.
Receptions, I have him on Barstool over 4.5.
40. So.
Plus 123. So.
Interesting. I do have one that I'm kind of very confident in, actually. You ready for this one? This might be my lock for the night, truthfully.
Ooh.
And I'm going receiving yards, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, over 15.5 receiving yards.
I like it. You love his receiving. You said this last week, right? Didn't you?
No, I said Joe Mixon. I love running backs receiving.
Running backs receiving, yeah.
A lot of them you could get for such a cheap price. I mean, Eckler. Guys like Eckler that are known pass catchers out of the backfield, his is sitting at 38.5. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm going to shy away from it. But for the same odds, I could get Clyde Edwards-Helaire minus 110 for 15.5 yards. That's 2 passes. I mean, see somebody drop Devontae Smith. Should you pick him up? Yeah. I mean, he's.
What do you have on your bench that's got more upside? So.
Yeah, he's still exactly. You just made the case right there. He's still wide receiver 2 at the end of the day.
Yeah, who's dumping him off?
Good teams are gonna double AJ Brown. Truthfully, he's gonna have
eventually AJ Brown's gonna have a rough week, right?
Yep. Yeah, and not to mention AJ Brown's injury history.
I don't understand dumping Devontae right now. If Devontae Smith had kept this up for a few weeks, consider it. Deal him for nothing,
but week 1 overreaction type of thing. But I understand it. Maybe if you're dropping Devontae because you picked up Jeff Wilson, sure. If you
pretty pissed I didn't get him.
I can understand. Yeah, I just looked in 2 leagues that I put out a waiver and didn't get him in any
I
one.
feel like everybody puts out waivers for the top guy.
Am I the only person that thinks these players should be first come first serve in fantasy football?
Yes. So that's the one thing I hate. Every sport does it. They have a waiver wire. They have to clear everybody who's worse before they can get to a good team. So you're telling me I got no shot at Jeff Wilson just because I won? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. So yeah,
it's absurd.
It's the stupidest thing in sports.
It should be first come first serve. If I get to him, if I get that Elijah Mitchell news and I'm like, boom, Jeff Wilson's in my head, I should be the one rewarded with going out and getting
I should have gotten him.
Waivers are the most.
No, I should have automatically gotten him because I lost Elijah Mitchell. I should have just got his backup automatically. It's so dumb.
I don't know, but then again, a lot of people, you get that handcuff to your RB1 in a lot of leagues. That's been the new strategy. So
luckily,
you draft Jonathan Taylor, you grab Nyheim Hines. You draft Dalvin Cook, You grab Alexander Madison, those kind of things. Christian McCaffrey.
Dude,
Chuba Hubbard.
Madison's first carry the other day was in the fourth quarter. I forgot he was on the team. I'm being honest with you. Forgot he was on the team. Kept running Dalvin Cook, and then I saw his name. I'm like, what? Wow.
Yeah, they are looking to actively trade him. So no, he does have talent. All right, I got another little prop for you in this game. So I think we are going to see, although an inflated number, 53.5. I think I'm going to take the over tonight. It feels like a lot of points, but then again, I don't know. I feel like everyone is expecting a primetime stinker, right? The name of the game has been primetime games, kind of underwhelming. I think tonight's the night. I mean, Herbert versus Mahomes is just screaming for 50-plus points.
Yeah, I have it. I'd hit the over. I have 6.5 touchdowns. I have over 6.5 touchdowns. That's 49 points right there. You think although Chiefs kicker's hurt, that might make a difference. Harrison Butker's not playing. They have a backup who I think was on the Jets last year and I think missed all 3 kicks he had. So I don't expect them to kick many field goals, but they usually don't have to. So I mean, I don't see that won't be as big of an issue. Yeah, I think over 50. This could be like a 42-34 game type thing. Yeah. This could be really high scoring. So
I got a little, okay, this is just, I'm looking at this on the fly and I'm just like, how does this sound to you? So
those are usually the best bets.
Hear me out here. First touchdown score, right?
Yeah.
If you put $5, now I'm just saying 5, just number off the top of my head, easy to work with. You put $5 on Travis Kelce plus 600, $5 on Austin Eckler plus 700, $5 on Clyde plus 900, $5 on Juju at plus 1,000, and $5 on Mike Williams at plus 1,100. Do you not come out with money regardless if one of those guys scores first? Those are the top 5 scoring options in this game.
Yeah, right.
That's $25 to bet, and I
think Kelce ruins that, doesn't it?
No. So that's $5 to bet, right? And it's plus 600, so you'd be pulling back 30 on the Kelce bet.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, so you make profit because you'd be doing what, 5 players for $5 or 25. Yeah, if you do that in theory, and I don't think but you'll get fucked if you. Who did you not say that was on that list though?
So my list was Kelce, Eckler, Clyde, Juju, Mike Williams. Falling off of the list, MVS, Everett, McCall Hardman, Palmer.
See, that MVS one scares me. And Clyde scares me. That's the problem. That's why they do that. Because they know they can rip 25 from you right now, knowing that, hey, Clyde Edwards-Helaire could run one in from the 1-yard line tonight.
But I did say Clyde. I did say Clyde. I have Travis, Eckler, Clyde, Juju, Mike Williams. Where it falls off is MVS, Everett, McCall Hardman, Josh Palmer.
Even McCall Hardman kind of scared me. I think putting Clyde in there, that would make me feel a little bit better about that. Having both running backs.
Clyde sits there at plus 900. So if Clyde is the one that hits, right? You put $25 down, you just won 45. You come away $20 richer. If one of those, so that's if Clyde puts it in. If Juju puts it in, then you're coming away $25 richer. So
I love you doing the math in your head. Is very fascinating to watch.
I'm trying to crank these out and keep it logistical.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, but you don't want to be that idiot that got screwed over when MVS is running in a 75-yard touchdown on the first play of the game.
That's where it gets scary.
That would really rip your heart out.
Man, I just threw away $25. Yeah, in that case. So I don't know.
That's why they do that though. Hey, look, Mo said it. I think Sunday, right? Was it Sunday? No, Monday he said it. Vegas got their business. They know what they're doing.
They know. They got to take care of business.
It's a business. They got to screw you over somehow.
There is one. So, I never like FanDuel odds boosted things, right? Because, why are they boosting the odds?
Because they know. Yeah.
Because they know. But Mahomes and Herbert to each throw 250 yards today, plus 125. How do you feel about that? Now, there's 2 things that this is telling me. Either because that's the lowest odds boosted boost, right? That one's going to be ignored by people and they're just going to be looking for the big number. Or this is telling me this is going to be a little bit more of a worm burner than we anticipate.
Do you think we're overrating Herbert in a sense?
No.
He's never played without Keenan Allen before.
He definitely has played without Keenan Allen has injury problems.
No, but not in a major game like this. Do you think they think that Vegas thinks, hey, maybe we could get these guys because they think it's a guarantee Herbert's throwing for 250, even without Keenan Allen? Do you think they're thinking that? Maybe that's why that's boosted. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe they're saying, hey, this guy's never played without Keenan Allen before in a big game like this. He might not know how to do it. And hey, they might be right. It's football. Anything can happen, but that's maybe an explanation for why they're boosting that like that, because that might be their thought. I tend to disagree. I think Justin Herbert's great no matter who's catching the ball, but that could be a reason why they're doing that.
Even you look at the other odds boost, Chiefs and Chargers to each score 1 rushing and 1 passing touchdown. Plus 250 from boosted from 180.
What was that again? Say that again. I'm sorry.
Chiefs Chargers to each score 1 rushing touchdown and 1 passing touchdown.
I mean,
now is that the fallen leg would probably be Chiefs running the ball in, right?
I don't know though. Edwards-Helaire looked good,
but I feel like if he's getting a touchdown, he's catching the ball.
I don't think so.
No, you think?
The thing about football. The thing about football is a guy could fall at the 1 yard line and you're getting a rushing touchdown. Because they're not throwing the ball.
I mean, dude, I had that Javonte
part about football.
You know, if anybody here caught on to my Javonte Williams ladder last week, we were right there on a plus 260 little, 2-picker. And Javonte wanted to fumble at the 1. So that not only put a knife in my heart, but also made me a little skeptical to be betting on some of these guys.
Yeah, I get it. That's the tough thing about football. You never know. Because, like I said, the first play of the game, MVS could catch a 74-yard catch. Get tackled at the 1 yard line. Clyde Edwards-Helaire could hit that right away. And then there you go. The one thing you questioned was the Chiefs running the ball in, and it's over within 2 minutes of the game starting. That's the type of thing that can happen in football. It's crazy. I think this is going to be a fun game tonight. What was it?
It's definitely going to be
the most fun game was probably the Bengals-Steelers game. I think it tops that. I think it tops that one.
I think so as well. And the best part is that this is a nationally televised game, right? So, like, everybody gets to watch it, and everybody's going to be talking about it. And, any live bets.
Are we sure? What? Isn't it exclusively on Amazon?
Is it? No way, right?
I'm not wrong by saying that. I'm going to look at my local TV listings.
Oh, dude. If so, let's see. It is Amazon Prime Video.
Yeah.
Ew.
So, it's technically a national game. But it's not national TV because not everybody can watch it. You have to be paying old Jeff Bezos there if you want to watch tonight's football game. I personally have Amazon Prime and all the other streaming services except Apple TV. So I watch everything, but I understand people who hate this type of stuff. I know the Yankees did it, right? I know baseball did it with Peacock.
Yep.
That's the world, man.
I'll be tuned in angrily. Angry at Jeff.
But, you're going to be rubbing it. Jeff.
Yeah, fucking Jeff Bezos.
Sucks.
But yeah.
You get to hear Al Michaels though. We all love him.
Yeah, Al Michaels is a GOAT. Obviously somebody we all look up to very much so. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. You got anything else you want to add in for tonight's game?
No, all I know is if you see an angry tweet later about the Mets, don't call, don't text, no. It's gonna be a rough night if they lose
DND.
tonight.
Phone's going on DND if that's the case.
For the week. Oh, you update iOS 16 yet?
I did not. I have to though. I heard it's really nice.
My girlfriend just texted me. It's really cool. So right after we get off this, I didn't want to lose my bets.
Nice.
Go do that.
Nice.
But yeah, that was a good episode. We had a lot of comments. I love the comments, man.
That is a fact. Double R said they do it with Apple TV too. Yeah, it's just a damn shame what's going on, right?
Well, baseball, luckily you didn't have to pay this year. Next year you're gonna have to pay.
I mean, it's incredible, right? Like everybody, when like the time of TVs came around, right? Everybody bought cable because it's everything that you wanted to watch in one spot. And now what are they doing? Just unraveling that and just making you pay for them individually.
You know what? Everybody wants to be Disney Plus in my mind, right? Disney Plus came out. It was killer, right? CNN tried to do it. They failed. Like everybody's trying to get their own cut of the streaming services. And it works for some people like HBO. It fails for people like CNN. But hey, everybody wants to get their money. That's what this world's about.
Seriously. Well, we get our money in a little bit different fashion, right?
Oh, yeah.
We're out here making bank, robbing the bookies blind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to wrap us up for Moneyline Madness today. if you guys are interested in any of these bets, don't forget to join the Discord. We're going to be posting them up there in case anybody forgets any of them, so you don't want to go back and rewatch the whole episode or something like that. You know, any type of situation of that nature. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to the boys, follow us on all platforms. We're going to be coming with bets. We're live every Monday, Thursday, Sunday, and then a few in between here and there whenever
I'm sure we'll
like,
sprinkle in.
We're going to be sprinkling in when it's appropriate.
And our times, they're always subject to change. We'll be doing afternoons sometimes, night times like we did the other night. Every Sunday morning we'll be doing it because why would we
Sunday morning pregame is going to be a ritual.
Yeah.
Monday night football, that's going to be a ritual. But Thursdays, Thursdays could be a little midday. We'll see how it goes, and then
depends
anything
how
in
we're
between,
feeling.
we'll see how we're doing. But for that, oh yeah, I got you, Double R. I'll slide you through a. I'm not sure that I could see if Twitch does the commands like that, but if not, I'll definitely slide you a link to the Discord.
Little Twitter.
Thank you everybody for tapping in. It's been Moneyline Madness episode 72. Let's cash some bets tonight and let's go Yanks. Am I right?
Let's go Mets. Yeah.